In the aftermath of our ill-prepared withdrawal from Afghanistan, it is crucial that President Biden aggressively fight the escalating cyber attacks we're getting hit with from our adversaries. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. In 2020, 2,400 U.S. government healthcare and school networks were shut down by ransomware attacks, a 311% increase over the previous year. The downtime averaged 21 days, but full recovery took 287 days. And these do not include the many assaults on private companies. Earlier this year, we were all vividly reminded of the danger of these hacks with what happened with the Colonial Pipeline, which supplies 45% of the gas for the East Coast, not to mention our beef infrastructure, and the serious breaches revealed last December of SolarWinds, a company that provides critical IT software to numerous large companies and government agencies. President Biden promised full retaliatory measures with future attacks. Unfortunately, Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea are not impressed as cyber attacks continue. Obviously, there are a number of defensive measures that must be taken at both the private and government levels, starting with more information sharing. But one thing we must do, rather than just talk about it, is to go on offense. We must do more to respond to these attacks. Washington should undertake offensive and preemptive cyber attacks. We have the capabilities to do so. Such moves would remind these rogues that their activities are not cost-free. A handful of such costly attacks would put our enemies in a frame of mind to adapt and actually adhere to agreements to cease such activities. Russia, for instance, is heavily dependent on the revenues it gets from its large oil and gas operations. Any kind of disruption of its pipelines would get instant attention in the Kremlin. These bad actors would howl. Let them, but they would soon realize that abetting cyber attacks is now a no-win game for them. Diplomacy would then bear real fruit. The Biden administration doesn't yet fully grasp that diplomacy, not backed up with credible strength, is ultimately futile. Congress could do its part by immediately passing the Cyber Diplomacy Act, which, among other steps, would establish in the State Department a Bureau of International Cyberspace Policy to push cybersecurity, internet access and freedom, and stopping international cyber threats. Our allies and friends would gladly cooperate with a credible approach here, knowing there's real muscle to back up efforts to establish meaningful international rules of the road regarding the Internet. I'm Steve Forbes. Thank you for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions, and I look forward to being with you soon again.